Okay, so we're out here today, and we're in beginning of August 2023. Thought I would do a new video. A lot of my videos are older on the internet. Just want you people to know I'm still here. I'm still making topsoil screeners, and even after they nail my coffin shut, the company will still keep making them. My boy's young, so you got 30 more years of him. I've been in this for like 25 years now. So what I'd like to talk about today is my standard screener. It's still the same machine that we originally came out with 25 years ago. We have made a few improvements to make it shake a little better. It's a little quieter. This machine, the motor's already bagged, it's ready to go, but I did cover my drive system, because one of the things I'd like to talk about is, so let's just say that there's this really pukey yellow screener on the internet that looks a lot like mine. It's not mine. It's a greasy, slimy used car salesman that thinks he can build topsoil screeners, but he had to copy my idea to what he thought he was doing. So we know for a fact that he had problems with the drive system like I use. And I have mine covered up today because I don't have the guard on this machine yet, because of you industrial spies out there, just like the slimy used car salesman. So he couldn't get my drive system to work. He even went as far as accusing the bearing company of selling me different bearings than they were selling him because I was friends with them. That's not true, okay? Actually, I don't even buy from that company anymore. So then he went to this system that he was putting the screen up here, and it didn't have a grizzly, and he was using electric vibrators. Well, apparently that didn't work either, because the grizzly is on these machines for a reason. It does a job, okay? Pulls the big stuff out so it doesn't smash your screen. So now we've noticed, here just recently, he's turned his motor sideways, and he must be using the counterweight system. And he's got this wicked crazy angle on his carriage. Well, I'm gonna explain something to you. So first of all, if you do look at that wannabe copy ugly yellow thing on the internet, okay, he puts 4 crankjacks all 4 corners. He doesn't even know why I did that on my other machines, okay? He seems to think you need them. This is a standard machine right here. The grizzly's welded solid, the screen's welded solid. We do build custom machines, okay? We've got one actually, as I'm making the video, going together with every other bar tips on the grizzly so you can clean it out. From the backside, you hit it with the bucket of your loader, cleans it out. We build them with removable screens. This is the plain Jane general machine. I do not put anything on my machines you don't need, okay? Lights, fenders, mud flaps, none of that shit's gonna last. Anybody with a half a brain knows that that's not gonna last, okay? So this is the standard machine, same it's been for 25 years. I haven't had to change it. But let me explain something to you about the counterweight system, where, again, all you know-it-alls out there that call me, when you go to a big gravel bed and they have a commercial screener there with a conveyor, the conveyor feeds the shaker. That is a controlled amount of dirt. You can use the off-weight system on that. When you're using a machine like this, you, the operator, are controlling how much dirt hits what I call the carriage that does the shaking. So when the machine's empty, it's gonna go crazy like I call a jumping jack. And then if you were to put too much dirt on it, it's gonna sit there and it's gonna hum. And then probably some brain surgeon out there is gonna say, add more weight to the counterweight. It's another way that he's coming up with that is gonna self-destruct just like his other machine did. So I use what I sell. We're gonna turn around here in a minute. We're gonna go over to my conveyor machine, but I know what I'm doing, okay? And if you need, or you think you need, or whatever you want on your machines, I'll put it on it, but you're gonna pay for it. I don't put anything on my machines that you don't need because you don't need it. And I don't want you to pay for stuff you don't need. So let's go over here to the conveyor machine, and this is a new design we came out with. Again, we're out back here on my runway. We've done other filming out here. We're filling in. And actually this pile right here with the shit growing on it, here in upstate New York, you get a 1/4 of an inch of snow, they gotta sand our roads. They do nothing but sand our roads. Every few years they have to clean our ditches out. All this material right here is from the town cleaning the ditches out. I had them dump it here, kept it separate from where we push everything over the bank. You can't believe the shit I find in this dirt, but this is just nasty, who knows what's in it dirt, and I'm gonna run it through this machine in a minute. There's no setup, there's no fancy dirt, there's no crushed stone in it. That's it. This is some dirt I ran the other day when I was out here doing a demo for a customer. And again, I don't even know if the other slimy guy can do a demo. You come to my place, I can give you a demo anytime you want. You want a demo in the pouring rain, we'll do that too. But this right here is really some decent stuff that I made out of that crap over there. I mean, it's typically not what you would use for topsoil, but it's a good filler before you put your topsoil. So come on over here. So this is a new conveyor machine. And again, I have the guard on here. It's not painted yet, because again, industrial spies, you know how it goes. I don't even know, even though I don't think the other guy there, the slimy guy, couldn't even design something like this. So what we did on this machine compared to the other ones you'll see on the internet, we moved the motor to the rear. It worked just fine on the front, but the reason we moved it to the rear was because when it was on the front, if you had to adjust anything, it was kind of a nightmare, and you had to adjust everything. If you adjusted one chain, you'd have to adjust the conveyor belting, because I used my conveyor belting as a drive. Then I had a chain system in the rear that ran this conveyor. And it worked, but it was a pain in the ass to adjust it. It's just like if anybody remembers the old Polaris four-wheelers when they were chain driven. It was the same thing. You adjust one chain, you had to adjust them all. We did go to a different belting. This is something a company wanted me to try. It actually works pretty good. It's called like a mini bite or something. It's actually got traction on it. The other belt's still just a flat belt. So on our systems, we bring the dirt out of the machine horizontally, dump it on the conveyor, it spits it out the end. So one of the other things I want to show you right now is come around to the other side here. So anybody that runs equipment, that has employees or whatever it may be, you know damn well, you put anything sticking out from this machine, some idiot with a skid steer is going to smash it right off for you. So if you have fenders are going to smash, you put taillights, you're going to smash them, and especially if you put 4 crank jacks on it, which, again, the slimy guy, he didn't even know why I had them on my other machines. So I purposely plopped this machine out here on an uneven ground. So then what I did, to show you guys, if you need to change the angle of the machine, you take your loader, you pick it up, you put a block under the tire, okay? If somebody happens to run into that, it falls off, no big deal. Somebody runs into a crank jack, you're buying a new crank jack. I don't put anything on my machines that you don't need. You call me, you think you want 4 crank jacks, I'll put them on, I'll charge you for it, I don't care. So I'm gonna fire this baby up right now. I got a load of dirt in my tractor here, I'm gonna dump it on, I'm gonna show you. But the other thing I'm gonna show you is, that dirt over there is still wet. We get rain. We don't just get rain anymore, it pours when it rains here. That dirt is wet. You may look at the pile, it's brown, look, it's wet. You dig down in it, it's wet. So what I also want to show you is, I'm gonna run this, I'm gonna get off, I'm gonna finish my video, I'm gonna show you my rock on the other side. That you run it through this thing one time, even with the dirt wet, it pulls all the dirt off. You don't have to pick it up and run it through 2 and 3 times, just like, I know there's another blue machine on the internet there, I'm sure you've all looked at it, and they have such an angle, you gotta run the dirt through 2-3 times. So bear with me here. I want to shut this off before it finishes screening off. Okay, so look at right here. Yep, this plugs up the grizzly. The leaves, they weren't rotted. Typically I stir my piles and I typically wouldn't have this happen. But like I said, that's just a pile here I dug into. But what I want to show you is, who cares if there's still dirt on the carriage? Just go to your dirty pile, get some more dirt and come back. By the time you come back, that shit's going to be pretty much on the edge of the machine. And it doesn't matter. It all doesn't have to come off. I occasionally get people to mess with the governors and they pound my connecting rod out of the machine. You don't need to do that, okay? Let the machine do its goddamn job and you won't have a problem. So, you know, a typical grizzly, would that work great? Sure, but here's the thing. The next time you bring some dirt over, because you have 10 foot, you can move your bucket over here. Or dump right on this and it'll push it down through the grizzly or it'll knock it off. But I'll come over here for a minute. Now, that's wet dirt, okay? I guarantee I can go over there, pick some up and make a snowball out of it. Look at that right there. That's rock. If I didn't have the leaves mixed in with it, that's all usable drainage stone right there. One run through my machine. Look at it. This shit's getting ready to come off. All the dirt's all out of it. So by the time I went to my pile, come back, all that shit would be gone. I wanted to shut it off to show you. But it's crazy, some of the shit you'll find in here. Cell phones, glasses, TV remotes, extension cords. Found a spark plug wire the other day. Here's something else I kind of fell onto this thing, didn't really know. Changing what I change in the rear, I used to have guys that would complain about like little pebble rocks. This now spits the pebbles on the ground and keeps your dirt clean. It was just something I stumbled onto. But that dirt is still wet enough. I just made it like a snowball out of it. Run it through the machine, took the dirt out of the rocks in one try. So that's my video. It's 2023. Hope you guys like my videos. You know, I'm the same guy I was years ago when I made these videos, same guy as when I designed this machine. I still wear shorts that are filthy, cut off shirts. I probably have more gray hair, I'm a little fatter now. I'm the same guy, I'm still here, we're not going anywhere. So pick my machine or buy from the slimy guy. So enjoy it, thanks.